Hey there, Donna Ashton here, and in today's episode, I'm going to be telling you some tips and strategies on how to organize your course content. Okay, let's jump in. This is one of the biggest questions I get. What should I put in my course? How do I organize all of the content I already have or don't have and put everything together into a cohesive program that people will actually get results from? So great, that's a really good question, and it is one of the cruxes of creating a course is that you need to organize your materials and make sure that it's a digestible course and make sure the content is right on. So the very first thing that I want you to do before you start compiling all of your PowerPoints and lists and all of your worksheets and all the things you have ready to go, I want you to think about what you're going to actually deliver inside this course. What is the course outcome, I call it? Like when someone takes all of the modules and goes through the entire thing, what are they hoping they will get at the end? So you need to start with the end in mind. What is it that you are going to be teaching? Now, I know there are going to be many things, and usually you guys, when I coach my clients, they start by saying, well, I'm going to teach them how to do this, I'm going to teach them how to do that, and then there's a long list of things, right? Because we're not just teaching just one thing usually. But bottom line, if you can tell me in one sentence, what you're going to get out of this course, that's what I'm looking for. So I know you're going to teach me, so let's just say it's how to train your house break your dog or house train your dog, right? You're going to teach, how to do this and how you're going to do that. You're going to have a bunch of processes that you're going to teach. Maybe it's first showing the dog to go to the back door. Maybe it's putting down the papers. Maybe it's getting them to bark to let you know. So you're going to be teaching all the things, but the bottom line is you're going to be able to house train your puppy. So I don't want the processes. I want you to tell me the bottom line in one sentence. If you can do this, take a few minutes and really think about this, because that will help you decide on what content should actually go into this course so that you're not just blindly putting everything together that you ever knew on the topic. So we want to make this a doable, digestible course that people can actually do and learn from. So I want this for you. So this is how you get started with that. So do this first. Once you have your course content out, your course outline identified, now sit down and outline out the steps that you need to teach in order to get your student to that outcome. So step one, they need the proper equipment, or they need some newspapers for the dog, a leash. Like, tell them the very first steps. The second step is they need to start taking their dog out every hour to go to the bathroom and making them stand at the door for a moment. I'm just making this up, but so go through the second step, go through the third step, go through the fourth step, and you can look through this and see how you need to organize it. But this will really help you because you already know your topic. You already are successful teaching this. You're already doing this with your current clients or your current patients or students, whatever it is. So now it's just about taking what you're already doing, what's already working, and packaging it up into something that will work online, that will work in a course that's not 75 modules and 17 hours long, right? We want it to be doable, but we also want to get them the results they're looking for. And that doesn't mean that you have to put like a whole, how to dog train, train your dog. And that includes the house breaking and the commands and how to walk and bathing and grooming. Like, you can put everything you ever knew about dogs, but that's going to be really overwhelming. And some people may not want that. They just want to know how to house train their dog. Some people may want to know just how to bathe their dog. So you need to be really specific and give your students a small win in at least to get them started. If it's so huge that it's a mountain to climb, it can be really hard to do that for most courses. Of course, it depends on your content, but for the most part, we want to get them to something and get them to something they can actually achieve. And if it's so big that it's going to almost seem impossible, then I'd rather have you break it down into smaller chunks if that's at all possible. So be really ruthless with what you're putting in your course. Do not put anything in you do not need, or just, well, this could be something like sounds really good. Or if you do want to add that, add it as a bonus module, add it as an extra. Many times I will advise my clients who like, oh, this is so interesting, they need this. I'm like, put it as a bonus. I want them to only go through the steps they have to go through over here. And if this is sort of a extra bonus, like it would be nice, but they don't need this in order to get to that outcome, then either don't put it in or put it in as a bonus that they can optionally look into when they're done or something, but it's not necessary in the steps. Only put the necessary steps in there because we tend to really want to give everything and nurture, and it just becomes very overwhelming to people, and they don't need all that fluff. So my rule of thumb is teach what you need to teach in the shortest amount of time and still give everything they have to have. So I know that's, you know, when someone says, how many modules, how long should it be? That's my answer, because I don't know. Can you do it in 3 modules? Great. Do you need 6 modules? Okay. How short can you make it and still get them to the outcome without leaving things out? I mean, you want to make sure you have everything in there so it's a stellar course, but we don't need to overwhelm with everything. So that is my tips and strategies there on how to organize your course content and really get a stellar course that people will take and can get results from. If you need more information, one, you can go ahead and subscribe. I'll be dropping new videos out every week on Thursdays, and you can also check out my free webinar where I've got go through the whole steps on how to create your course. I'll link that below. So, okay, until next time, bye-bye.